What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, the Tubi Kane, coming to you once again, man. And as I always say, I pray that you've had a great day up to this point and it continues to be great. If you have not had a great day up to this point, man, I pray that from this moment forward that your day does get greater, man. Hey, without further ado, man, we've been hopping to this, man. We got an actor right here, man, who has been blazing, man. Like every time you look, man, he on a post, he's somewhere, man. Talk about the moves that he in. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna let my guy introduce himself to you, man. Go ahead, brother. Tell the folks who you are.
What's going on, y'all? So my name is Jibre Hordges. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And like he was saying, yeah, so I got a couple films that just came out on Tubi. I have The One That Got Away, and I also have Sugar Mama. And it's seen, the reviews have been, pretty good. So, pretty much here to talk about that.
Okay, then. So we can hop in right into it, man. Well, first off, man, what how long have you been acting, man, and what got you into acting?
So I actually been acting for almost 10 years now, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I started in 2015. So, and one thing, when people see my success, they tend to think, it was like fly by night or it happened overnight or something like that. So, I constantly tell people like, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. That's like a decade of my life. So, I put the work in, I put the time in, and I grind it for, for the success that I'm seeing now. So, I tell people all the time, like, if they want to get into acting that, you got to put in the work, you gotta, what you get out, what you put in. So, I like to let people know that I've been at this for about 10 years. And I got into acting. It's a funny story because I actually went to school to be a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated from Georgia Southern University with a BS degree in biology. So, my plan was to become a doctor and take the med school route and everything like that. But, it didn't too much work out. God had other plans for me. Everything happens for a reason, and then I got into the acting in the entertainment industry in 2015 once I graduated here in Atlanta. And, that's when it was, the industry was starting to blow up in Atlanta. So I kind of just got in where I fit in. And 10 years later, here I am. So.
All right, that's what's up, man. So with you being in Atlanta, man, was it a lot of competitiveness? Or you found some friends in the industry? Or how was that, man, doing acting in Atlanta, man? Because that's a big city, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And like I was saying, that's kind of like around the time where the industries, first started to take off. So I was fortunate to find a tribe of actors who we all kind of were stepping into it for, around the same time for the first time. So, we kind of just stuck together and kind of, used each other as resources as much as we can to kind of elevate and, just assimilate through the industry. So, it was cool. And, that was at a time, like I said, it was kind of fresh. So the competition wasn't as high. A lot of agencies were looking for talent. They were looking for actors. So, getting the agent was a lot easier 10 years ago than it is now. Now it's a lot more competition. The industry is a lot bigger now. A lot of these agencies already have their roster pretty tight. So it's a lot harder to get in there now. So I kind of got in at the right time, man.
Okay, then that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So without further ado, man, because man, I was watching this movie, man, and I was just like, man, my guy seemed cool. Then he started tripping, man. So we gonna get right into the one that got away, man. Your character was Blake, man. Give us a little insight on your character, Blake.
Yeah, man. So Blake, Blake is he's actually a great guy. You know what I mean? He wanted to take the good route, marry the woman of his dreams, marry the love of his life. So that's the path he was on. He was a working man. He had a nice job. He had a wifey at home or a fiance at home. And so, he takes a bachelor trip, just like how, most guys do before they get married, they take a bachelor trip. And he ends up running into his ex, London, who was actually Vivian. For those who watched the movie, they understand that. But he runs into his ex from years prior, and they kind of get reacquainted.
All right, let me slow you down.
Okay.
So on this bachelor trip, like I said, man, you got up in the morning, man, cook your fiance breakfast and everything. Finna be late for your flight, telling the Uber driver like, "Come on, fam." Yeah. But man, a 3-day bachelor party weekend. I was like, man, Blake finna turn up. But when you saying Blake was a good guy and things like that, my thing was one of the first days that I saw that I noticed. I'm like, okay, now I was like, so shoot, what are you gonna tell? The women whatever. He like, yeah, my partner right here. He finna. So
yeah.
Was Blake kind of conflicted or like?
Yeah, very conflicted. You know, the movie's titled "The One That Got Away" because the ex was actually the one that got away. So you know, it's like here Blake is about to make this huge decision in his life, and then here comes the one that got away, a woman who he was once deeply in love with. You know, comes back around. So now that confliction kind of comes about. You know what I mean? But it was only supposed to kind of last the weekend. You know, it kind of extended past that. So yeah.
So you bumped into, I'm putting this quotations. You bumped into London.
All right.
You and your fellas bumped into London. Her and her girls at the club. Y'all had a little, you know what I'm saying, a little rendezvous. And then you're telling her, hey, you know what I'm saying, I think it was titled The Letdown. You know, it's telling you, hey, I got to head back. She don't want to know about keeping in touch. You letting her know it wasn't a good idea. So you're on your way back and you get a text. Who you get a text from?
From London. Herself. Yeah. Because I didn't want to, you know, because Blake actually didn't want to give her his number or take hers. He wanted to leave it where it was, but she ends up getting his contact, and so on his way to the airport in the Uber, she ends up reaching out to him, and that was the beginning of the whirlwind.
Right, because I'm thinking now in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, she's just gonna be calling him at all inappropriate times and texting me, and that's what I'm thinking. So you get back to your job, you know what I'm saying? You're going over stuff with what was it, Josh, your sister Josh.
Yeah.
And then later on he tells you like, yeah, we got a new employee, and the new employee
is the ex-girlfriend, London. Yeah. So, you know, definitely threw Blake for a loop. He was not expecting that. But, you know, he tried to keep his composure, keep his cool, kind of keep things natural, keep things regular. But it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was not easy. You know, her walking off was like that.
Because London's character, she was, you know what I'm saying, she was laid back, but she was very intentional on what her actions, you know what I'm saying, were. And he got to a point because your assistant, he was like, you know, he felt some kind of way, you know what I'm saying, about it, you know what I'm saying, later on. But to get to the meat of London's character, you know, she was very intentional on what she was trying to do for reasons which we'll talk about a little bit later. But it even got to the point where she was popping up everywhere, you know what I'm saying, you were, and things that nature. And it's like, I guess Blake, what kind of predicament did that put Blake in? Because Blake was like, when you was talking to your fellas, like, man, she popping up here, it ain't no coincidence. And then you pop up, and then it's like you was giving in, because even earlier, man, you had that look when y'all was talking at the party, you had your head leaned to the side. I was like, oh man, he in love. She got him right there. When the fellas do that lean, man, that mean they got you, man.
Yeah.
So
man.
When she kept popping up, man, like Blake's initial reaction was like, man, why she keep popping up? But when they got on that 101, it was something different, man. Why was that?
Yeah, man, because you know that was that inner conflict, you know, that Blake was dealing with. You know, he knows he has something good at home, which is what his best friend was telling him. What he has at home is golden. You know what I mean? So he had that, and he knew he had it. You know, life was good, but you know, sometimes, you know, as a man, you know, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, that was just that inner conflict he was dealing with. So you know, here she comes. So it's like I would kind of like pick my moments to kind of like fought to succumb to the, you know, to the pressure, you know, and then I had moments where I'm like staying strong. So it was a deep internal battle that he was dealing with for sure.
Right, because your fiance Jess, man, she was like, man, you know how black women have that stigma about, man, they go off the handle real quick. But she was very, very understanding, you know what I'm saying, from the 3 days where you really weren't checking in. Like you said, she was upset, but she was understanding, you know what I'm saying, of it. And then, you know what I'm saying, even when, and I actually laughed at this part because I like, man, that's cold blooded. Even when Josh caught you in London being inappropriate, and I was like, man, I know my guy ain't coming out this mode with his fiance. He buttoned up his shirt. I put my hand on my face while watching the movie.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what I'm saying? I had to write it down, bro. She's like, you look like you've been wrestling. And then London come into some wrestling in this work. And I was just like, oh, I had to pause it right there, bro. I had to pause it right there. And then London and just start having this dialogue, and you just sitting there, man. So what was going through Blake's mind right there when London and a woman that he was just, you know what I'm saying, in an intense moment with, and then boom, his fiance shows up at work. So what was that like, brother?
Yeah, man, that's a tough spot. That's kind of like where things hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like that's when all your dirty laundry kind of comes out. You know what I mean? So that was extremely tough for Blake. Because he was kind of hoping that London would not expose anything. Because at that moment, she could have just kind of spilled all the beans. So I
Right.
was kind of, Blake was hoping that she would kind of just hold it down, not say too much. And then him and his fiance can kind of get up out of there. So, and that's when they were having a conversation about the lipstick,
Right.
or because the fiance was kind of already, kind of catching on and things like that. So that was tough, but Blake was able to get her there alive, so it worked out.
Yeah, even in that moment, man, with the lipstick, you know what I'm saying, on the tie her make, I was like, bro, either throw that tie away or go ahead and do laundry yourself. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking. Then later, she finds it, but then she makes the comment about, what I'm saying, that first it was a perfume, then it was, what I'm saying, she referenced the lipstick that London was wearing. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, she knows something, but maybe she, what I'm saying, she was just like, you know what? I know Blake better than that. He ain't gonna do me. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying, like that. Because like in the beginning of the movie, it seemed like Blake was indeed the ladies' man. So even coming back, the girl was like looking at you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even at the hotel when I think her name was Sophia, was like, saying, this is, what I'm saying, our customer service is impeccable. We'll satisfy your needs and all that good stuff.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But the crazy thing, what I'm saying, about that part is London had some other ulterior motives, because then we have a cat named Victor that stepped in the fray, man. And tell us a little bit about Victor's character.
Yeah, man. So Victor kind of, that was like its own separate storyline, because London was in some mess with Victor, you know what I mean? And then he had a boss that he had to answer to, you know what I mean? So between dealing with Victor and all that mess, she was also dealing with Blake and that. So she kind of had her own motives that Victor was kind of going along with, up until he kind of, just kind of, just ran out of patience. But yeah, London was just, she was twisted up in all this mess that was just conflicting, and now Victor's on the Blake, and now this whole thing is up, so it was just a whole lot of drama there, man.
Right, right. And fam, for y'all that's watching, man, we're skipping over a lot of parts because we don't want to tell everything if you haven't seen it, which I don't know why you haven't seen it yet. But make sure, man, y'all check out the movie, The One That Got Away, streaming right now on Tubi. So to get back to that, man, it's like Blake saw some things that was different, what I'm saying, about London, from the scar that should have been on her shoulder to you was giving her like a snicker and she was allergic,
Yeah,
some things of that nature. But you kind of like Blake had that kind of like, okay, something ain't going on, but it's like Blake was so caught up, what I'm saying, in what was going on, and still trying to keep his home, what I'm saying, afloat, because it got to a point to where even when your fiance just tried to go get her look for her wedding dress, she couldn't, but then end up getting a call, what I'm saying, from London. So that was kind of, what I'm saying, crazy that part. And the thing I was tripping of, I was like, bro, I know he didn't get off the phone with his fiance to answer the call from, what I'm saying, from, I like, man, Blake messed it up, he messed it up, he messed it up. So was there ever a point to where Blake was really conflicted about moving on from, or was he gonna try to ride this until the wheels just fell off?
yeah. I mean, the whole time Blake was trying his hardest to cut it off as best he could. Let her know that she has to chill. She can't be doing that because he got a fiance at home. But that was just that inner struggle between trying to like just put his foot down and say, "Nah, that's it," and still having that she's the one that got away mentality. You know what I mean? So he didn't really know how it was gonna end. He kind of was just riding the wheels, but he knew at some point things would hit the fan. You know what I mean? And as things started to unravel, that's when things just got more drama started to enter. You know what I mean? And then he just got into over his head, and then that's when things just went left.
So then we kind of find out what you was talking about, when things went left. Your boy Josh, he just wasn't. He confronted London, and he was like, what I'm saying, things just ain't. He like, something just ain't adding up. We ain't found this on you. We ain't found that on you. So London leaves her laptop open, and Josh comes there and was like, "Nah, let me see what's going on." And he's blowing you up because he found something. What I'm saying, that was crucial to what London had going on and what London was really about. You missed those calls or whatever, and then something ends up happening to Joshua where y'all can't have that, communication. But
Mhm.
then one of your good friends, he was a PI. So he ends up finding out what you had already just found out because you end up looking on the laptop.
Yep,
So at
yep.
that point, what's going on with Blake's mindset right then when he found out what London is really about?
Yeah, that's when things really hit the fan, because that's when Blake finds out that London isn't who she says she is. Apparently, it's her twin sister Vivian, and he starts thinking about like that whole situation and how that's even possible, and then everything comes back, like you said, when the scar wasn't there and things weren't adding up, just that whole situation. So that's when he started to put the pieces together. He knew, all right, I got to figure out what's going on. He tries Josh. Obviously, Josh got taken care of. So that's when that was the big blow up. That was the big blow up, the big reveal, and that's when at that point he was like, all right, let me go to the crib, get fiance. We got to get up out of here because this thing is really about to blow up. But by then, Lennon had already got a hold of fiance, so
Right,
it's
right.
too late.
So and before that happened, you get a call from Victor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he was looking for something that he needed to get folks, up off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's like the twist was the thing that he was looking for, it was two of them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So he ends up getting, jammed up in that because he got screwed, if you want to look at it, in that way. And then when, like you said, when you got to the house, you found out that London was already at your house and things that transpired in that. And then not only did Blake get caught up in, infidelity or cheating, if you want to cheating on that level, he gets caught up in a whole, mess of stuff. So we're not gonna tell that ending. We're not gonna tell that ending. But with that being said, with how it ended, is there a possibility for the one that got away part two?
Part two. It definitely leaves the door open at the end for a potential part two for sure. We currently aren't in talks for a part two, but you never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
You never know. We might get together and do another one. As of right now, it was kind of meant to just kind of be left and just kind of keep people wondering on that cliffhanger. But you never know. You never know. We might get together and do it again.
Right, man. I'm definitely, man. I'll be keeping in contact with your brother, man. But like, hey, man, what's going on, man? Is it gonna be a part two or what? Because at the end, I was like, dang, man, they got my boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Blake got set up, man. He got set up.
I like a lot of it was, was self-inflicted, but some of it, man, is like I said, you had, two good friends, and I'm put that in quotations, two good friends or whatever, but it seems out that like even people, some of the people weren't, who they said, that they, that they were, man. So for the ones of y'all that haven't seen it, man, make sure y'all check this out. Not now, but check it out right now. The one that got away streaming on Tubi. If y'all saying, man, this guy looked familiar, when he on another movie, we're gonna talk about this briefly. Because I had Brianna Cole here about a week ago, discussing it. So you were also in the movie, man, that was blazing, man. That was still blazing on Sugar Mama, man. So how did you end up getting that role for Sugar Mama?
So it's crazy, man, because I was actually on set filming another movie that I actually have coming out May 23rd on Tubi. So a quick plug, May 23rd, another film I got coming out on Tubi called R&B, Rhythm and Blood. So R&B, Rhythm and Blood, May 23rd on Tubi. That's going to be a good one. So y'all look out for that. So yeah, I was actually on set filming that one. And then my agent reached out to me and said, hey, you got an audition for Mike and Sugar Mama. So funny enough, man, I actually never even auditioned for Sugar Mama. I was in the middle of filming R&B, in which I play a lead character in that one. And so I didn't have much time. And then the audition for Mike for Sugar Mama, it was like 3 long scenes. So I kind of didn't really have the time. So I kind of just sent in my reel and just kind of said, hey, here's my reel. And they reviewed it and things like that. And then, they liked me for the role. So they end up, booking me to play Mike. So I was fortunate to get that one in the midst of doing something else. So when R&B finished, I had like a couple weeks off. And then I jumped right into Sugar Mama. So it was great.
That's what's up, man. And now after watching that movie, like, I really couldn't see anybody else, you know what I'm saying, playing that, you know what I'm saying, playing that part, you know, because, you know, so like I said, the touch on it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, it's like y'all had, you and your girlfriend, y'all had a thing going on where she knew that you was, you know what I'm saying, entertaining these older, you know what I'm saying, wealthier ladies, you know what I'm saying, to help, you know what I'm saying, get y'all to where, you know what I'm saying, y'all needed to go. Then you bump into Miss Veronica. Well,
Uh-huh.
actually, you came in late to one of her like speeches, whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then you had her all in the days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where she
Yeah.
couldn't even, you know what I'm saying, finish the speech, you know what I'm saying, good or whatever. So
Yeah.
then y'all two, you know what I'm saying, you see her on the app, she sees you on the app, and y'all start, you know what I'm saying, communicating or whatever. But it came to a part to where when she was like, hey, I want you to spend the night with me, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? And you thinking like, okay, then, you know, I'll go ahead and, you know, spend the night thinking it's something else.
Yeah.
And you went to advance on that, and she like physically rejected you, man. So what was going through, you know, because when that incident happened, I'm thinking like, okay, he said that he done, but he gonna try again if he's steady over there.
Yeah.
But Mikey didn't. So what was the character? What was Mikey's character thinking in that mind frame when she hit him, and then he was like, okay, I get you or whatever. Like what made him say, okay, I'm just gonna ride it on out.
Yeah, well, Mike's whole character was, he was money driven. You know what I mean? He was money hungry. Obviously, like you said, he was trying to provide financially for him and his girlfriend Gia. So like you said, Gia had she it was a pretty much it was an understanding between Mike and Gia that this is what they're gonna do. He's gonna bring in the money by doing, by being a sugar baby, essentially. So, and everybody knows the things that pretty much entails
Right.
typically, right? The whole sugar mama, sugar baby relationship. So yeah, so when they were at dinner and they had the conversation about, so what does it entail? What do you need from, what do you need, what each other needs from each other, essentially. She pretty much told him she wasn't looking for companionship. She kind of just wanted somebody to, accompany her to tech events, things of that nature. But of course, Mike was understanding. He was okay, cool, but he probably didn't fully believe it, in the beginning. So once they got to the house, Mike is thinking, all right, so maybe this is my opportunity to kind of like, see what's really going on.
Right.
And when she rejected that, to say the least, that's when he started to realize, okay, so maybe she really isn't looking for what I think she might be looking for. But as long as that money was coming in, Mike, he was in it. He was locked in. So
Right. Now some crazy things was going on because I'm looking, I'm like, man, what in the world is going? And Mike had that look on his face too because the more you stayed there, it's like she literally, you know what I'm saying, if we want to be figured about it, she literally treated you like a sugar baby.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where the room that she had you in a separate room. She was watching you while you sleep. Then she like decorated the room in kind of like a kid, kind of like fashion. Had
Yeah.
you on pajamas and like a kid, you know, same kind of fashion. So what was going on in Mike's mind when because like on one of the scenes when you saw what was all on the wall, you looking like what's really so what was going on in Mike's head right then?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, man, because he didn't expect to be treated like a kid. He
Right.
even mentioned it to his girlfriend Gia. Like it was weird because it kept feeling like she was treating him like a kid. So that was weird, But obviously, I couldn't. Mike couldn't expose how he really felt and thought about the situation because obviously that probably would have damaged the relationship, and the arrangement would have ended. So he kind of had a lot of internal thoughts about what he really thought and what he really felt versus what he could express. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a weird experience to say the least. But again, he was money driven. He wanted that money. She was paying extra. She like any other sugar mama, she was paying more. So he ignored all the red flags just for the money. So.
Right, man. And fam, man, if y'all haven't seen Sugar Mama as well, man, make sure y'all go check that out, man. It is a great movie, man. Definitely gonna take you for some loops and turns. And without telling the whole movie, man, it was one part I was extremely upset at Mike at, man, and it was the part to where he saw what was going on. For the most part, he saw what was going on, and he tried to get away, and then he ended up asking Veronica's love interest or friend or whatever for help. And I'm and my whole time I'm like, don't go to him, man. Just don't go to him. Don't go to him.
Yeah.
But you end up going to him from help, man. And then what ends up happening after that?
Yeah, man. That threw everybody for a loop because people were rooting for Mike. Mike finally got away. He got out the house. This is his opportunity to leave, go get help. And then he sees Greg. And then it's just like, man, he puts himself right back in the house. But in moments like that, moments of distress, you just looking for a lifeline. You just looking for somebody. It's like you're not really in your normal headspace. He just seen Nora, dead body in the basement. He just seen kid, on the operating table, hooked up on life support in a vegetative state. So he had so much going through his mind that he was rattled and he didn't even too much understand or realize, the gravity of, essentially Greg's role and everything. So, he went to him in good faith, thinking that he would get saved, and he ended up turning on him. So
yeah, because I'm like, man, put Greg in a sleeper hole. Shoot them dogs up, but do something, man. But get get up out of there. But it did, what I'm saying? It didn't go that way, man. It didn't go that way, man. So, man, Jibre, man, thank you so much, man, for sitting down with your boy, the Two Became, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, man, go check out the one that got away, man. And one other thing I want to say, I was reading on some of the comments that people was like, it's like, man, he kind of reminds you of Big Sean. And then I like, he do kind of favor Big Sean. And then when I was watching the movie, I'm like, hold on, London, that could be Big Sean and Janae Aiko. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like they kind of like
that one. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. So make sure y'all check out The One That Got Away and Sugar Mama. And May 23rd, man, Rhythm and Blood, he's going to be in another one, man. But outside of that, man, do you have anything you've done in the past you want people to check out? Anything besides R&B that you got coming up? And where can they find you on social media, brother?
So on social media, on Instagram, it's my name, Jibre. It should probably be the first one that pops up. So it's JIBRE.HORDGES. So yeah, just search me up on Instagram, follow me. I post all my stuff that I have coming up on there. So if you want to follow me and keep in touch, and just, see what I have coming out, definitely tap in with me on Instagram. So a lot of people probably haven't heard yet, but it's a brand new soap opera coming to CBS, a predominantly Black cast called Beyond the Gates. Make sure y'all mark your calendars, February 24th at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and also streaming on Paramount Plus. It's a brand new soap opera, right? So you have General Hospital, Young and the Reckless, The Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children, Days of Our Lives, all those daytime soap operas. It hasn't been a brand new soap opera to hit the air in 25 years.
Wow.
It's a brand new soap opera. Season one, soap operas run for like 30, 40, 50 years. And so this is a brand new one, predominantly Black cast called Beyond the Gates. It's going to be amazing, y'all. Trust me, it's a lot of drama. It's essentially about an affluent, wealthy Black family that lives in Fairmont Crest, which is a city it's like a city in Maryland. And so, yeah, it's a lot of drama that happens behind the gates. But like I said, it talks about wealth and affluence, which is why I was happy to sign on to the project, because I like to portray, our people in a positive light. I feel like nowadays a lot of projects that portray us are very negative, things of that nature. So anytime I can attach myself to a project that, exudes Black excellence and Black success, I'm always happy to be a part of. So Beyond the Gates definitely taps into that. And it's a lot of drama that comes with it. So make sure y'all check that out. Beyond the Gates. I'm a series regular, so you'll see me throughout the series.
What's up?
So yeah, so tap into that. Once again, Beyond the Gates, February 24th, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and also streaming on Paramount Plus. So tap into that.
That's what's up. That's what's up, brother. And let me I want to ask you two more questions before we get you up off here, brother. You said you've been grinding for 10 years. And I see this a lot. I know a lot of people that, that act and they haven't got to the level where they feel like their talent is. And a lot of them speak big on support of people, that their friends, their family, and how the strangers are supporting them more than the people that they know. Would you tell people to keep focusing on that, or would you tell them just to keep grinding and don't worry about the support? It's like what advice would you give those folks that say, man, my own family, friends don't even support me?
Yeah, it's tough. That's actually a great question, man. Especially when it comes to family, because speaking from personal experience, right? Like I have older parents, so to them, the goal is to go to school, get a degree, get a good job, save, retirement, 401k, the whole nine, right? So,
Right.
and that's what I was on the path to become. I was trying to go to med school. I got the degree in biology, things of that nature. So when that didn't work out and I took a life and career shift and I wanted to pursue the arts and be an actor, into entertainment, I didn't initially have as much support as I would have liked. But rightfully so, you know what I mean? Because I can't be mad at the fam for being skeptical at first, because it's not easy, trying to be successful in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? So initially, the support wasn't fully there like I would have liked. But obviously as time went on and I started to see success, obviously the family immediately jumped on board, and now I get more support from them now than I could have ever, asked for. So, they've definitely been in my corner. But it's hard because although that support might not be there for someone, you have to be passionate enough to know that this is what I want. These are my goals. These are my dreams. And I don't care if it's a mom, dad, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, best friend. Like, there's nobody that can make me think that I can't do it. You know what I mean? So like you have to be passionate and want it to the point where there's nothing that can stop you. And that's how it was. I mean, support or not, like, I'm gonna make it happen.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna make it happen, and here I am 10 years later. And I still got a lot more to go. But yeah, so I'll just tell people, man, like, just be passionate, and whether that support is there or not, just keep going hard, keep going strong, and it'll happen for you. So, yeah, that's what I say.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And the last one, man, I always like asking people this, but I'm gonna switch it up, man, because I normally ask the same thing, but I'm gonna switch it up with you. So you get an offer for a movie that's gonna be streamed on Tubi. Leading role. They say, "Fam, for this leading role, man, you got 100K leading role." Or during that same time, Tyler Perry hits you up. Say, "Bruh, I seen your work in The One That Got Away. I seen your work in Sugar Mama. I seen your work in Rhythm and Blood. I can't promise you a lead role, but this is gonna be a movie that's going to movie theaters. You're gonna have 2 lines and $10,000, but it is gonna be one that's gonna be in movie theaters. You know what I'm saying? On a big day where people where the box office is gonna be jumping. Which one you can't do both because they doing it at the same time. So are you going to take the $100,000 lead Tubi role, or the $10,000 blockbuster movie 2 lines with Tyler Perry?
To be honest with you, man, I probably would take the Tyler Perry joint.
Gotcha.
Any
reason why?
Yeah, because you can't be wrapped up in the money. Right? Because when I first started 10 years ago in 2015, I was doing projects for free, independent projects. I wasn't getting paid. I didn't care. I'd be on set 12 hours. It's independent. I don't care, because it was the love. It was the passion. You know what I mean? I was never wrapped up in the money. And because of that, I just stayed true. I stayed true to the game. I stayed to the game. I was always a student. I was always trying to learn and progress and get better and advance throughout the industry. So now I'm at a point where, I mean, obviously I'm not doing things for free anymore, but I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. I'll just say that. And so now I'm starting to enjoy what comes with the business. You know what I mean? Financially. I'll just say that. So I just say all that to say it's more so about the opportunity, because back then I wasn't worried about the money, because I was just worried about the opportunity. I just wanted to get on set. I just wanted to work. You know what I mean? I just wanted to feed my passion and fuel that. And, so now when you ask that question, I don't think of it, from a money standpoint. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, you could take the Tubi film, you get $100K, but let's say you don't get the exposure that you want. That doesn't lead to, hypothetically, let's say hypothetically, I take that film and I get the money, the upfront $100K. Let's say it doesn't lead to anything. Whereas I could take the Tyler Perry film for the $10K. Let's say the right person sees that, and now they want to take me and put me here, and now I'm getting $1 million for this movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Money's gonna come. We want to worry about the connections and the opportunities now, because that's what's gonna lead to that big bag. So
that's what's up. That's what's up.
And obviously, Tyler Perry's connected. So, yeah.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, once again, man, shout out to my guy Jibre Hordges, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, man, to sit down with your boy, the Two Became. Make sure y'all check out the movies. The One That Got Away. Trust me, man, when it come on, it's gonna shock you how it comes on. And then throughout the movie, man, y'all probably gonna be like this with Blake. Y'all probably gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, talking to the TV, man. And also, man, his movie Sugar Mama as well. Y'all probably be like, man, what in the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all check those both out. Streaming on Tubi. He also before May 23rd, excuse me, February 24th, man, he's going to be on CBS on Beyond the Gates, man. And y'all know how back in the day we used to watch. If you staying with your grandmama, you watch Young and the Restless and all that other stuff, man. So make sure that y'all check in, man. Beyond the Gates, man, on February 24th on CBS, and also May 23rd, man. He has R&B, Rhythm, and Blood, man. So make sure that y'all check this out, man. This is a talented young brother, aka Big Sean, you know, in the building, man. But thank you so much, brother, for hopping on, man, and wish you nothing but continued success, man, in everything that you do. For everybody that tuned in, of course, it's brought to you courtesy of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon button, the 2020 Podcast LLC on YouTube. And also, man, shout out to my sponsor, Black Renaissance Clothing Brand. It's hoodie season. It's getting cold now, man. So we got, seeing the coach over everything. Make sure y'all go to the website, www.shopblackrenaissance.com, man. We got our HBCU hoodies on deck. We got some more hoodies dropping, got some more gear dropping. So make sure y'all check that website out, www.shopblackrenaissance.com. And if you put in promo code LLC20, you will get 20% off of your entire purchase, man. So until we meet again, everybody, this is the Tubi King signing off with Jibre Hordges, man. Y'all have a great evening, man, and God bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.